I am Jazzy Gems, and welcome to Spiritual Situations. Here at Spiritual Situations, I teach knowledge. I use my intellectual property. I use my research. I use my knowledge. I use my gems to enlighten people so that we could begin the healing process. Okay? So, this video is for enlightening purposes only. So this is to enlighten you about what is going on with our people systematically. So let's get into it. What is a buck breaking form? Okay, so as you know, we are the farmers. We are the planters. We are the ones that cultivate anything that grows. We cultivate the land. We cultivate seeds that have been planted in the land. We cultivate culture, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. So we must understand that as a people. That's where the knowledge comes in. That's where my teachers come in to align you with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding so you can have knowledge of self. So you can liberate yourself from mental slavery. So buck breaking is a form of mental slavery. Okay, so let me explain the history of buck breaking. Okay, so if you are familiar with Frederick Douglass, he was enslaved, and the lady that owned him taught him how to read because reading was illegal during the enslavement period. So reading is very important when we talking about getting out of slavery, okay? So you have to be a reader if you're going to get out of slavery. You have to study your way out of slavery, right? You have to have knowledge because a lack of knowledge will destroy you and keep you enslaved, right? Okay, so Frederick Douglass owner, because we were property. Okay, so you must understand when you don't own yourself, you are another person's property. Okay, so that's what make you a slave because someone else owns you. Somebody else owns your intellectual property, your ideas, your ability to think for yourself. Somebody else owns your intellectual property perpetually. Okay, so this is how they enslaved us forever and ever from one generation to another through buck breaking. Okay, so Frederick Douglass, um, his owner taught him how to read. And it got to the point he started to read the newspaper every single day. And he would comprehend what he read. And he would have conversations with other people about the knowledge that he was collecting. He was creating culture. He was actually causing other people to think. He was actually inspiring other people to read and think and comprehend things for themselves. So during enslavement, they can't have you thinking for yourself and reading and comprehending and, seeking the truth for yourself. Okay, so as you come into the room, can you please hit that like button? Gratitude, gratitude. Please hit the like button. Okay, so as he is maturing, um he's getting better with his comprehension, his understanding, his communication skills are getting stronger. So he is almost to the point where he is in a position where he cannot be enslaved. Okay? Because he is what they call a buck. Okay? So he intelligent. He mighty. He think for himself. He got a mind for himself. He got knowledge. He's strong minded. Because you got to think during the Willie Lynch letter, the tool for them to break you down was for them to break your mind, for them to break your spirit, for them to break your mentality. So Frederick Douglass up here reading all this knowledge and building up his mentality. He has an unbreakable mentality, an unbreakable spirit. Okay? Because when you build your spirit up and you build your conscience up and you build your intelligence and your wisdom up within yourself, greetings, greetings, then no one can tear you down. No one can come and break you. Okay? So he turned 14 years old. He's sitting at the dinner table. As y'all come in the room, can y'all please hit the like button? Gratitude, gratitude. So as he is evolving in age, um, he turns 14 years old, and his owner feels that her life will be in danger if he keeps displaying this intelligence. That's going to put them in danger. And she's going to be accused of being an Ian lover. And, you know, that wasn't a good thing back then. So they programmed people not to love each other, right? And they, okay, but anyway, um, back to what I was saying. So Frederick Douglass, his owner, the slave master, the lady that owned him, that was programmed to hate his skin color, because racism is programming. So anyone who's ignorant enough to be racist, such as the person in the chat, racism is ignorance. So people who are racist are ignorant and they lack knowledge. Yes, so when somebody displays ignorance towards you as far as racism, you do not respond with ignorance. You respond with intelligence. You respond with being wise. You respond with being your original self, nature, a tree that's planted by the riverside that shall not be moved. You understand? Because you are a seed of intelligence. And this racism is corruption. This racism is self-hatred. This racism was a program designed to divide and conquer people. The only person that divide and conquer is the devil. So people who are racist are devilish people, wicked, evil, sinister people, and they got their reward, and they will have their judgment. So don't reward them with your ignorance. You reward them with intelligence, because you the sun and you shine on the just and the unjust, including the ignorant people who don't know that we all came out the same earth. We all breathe the same air. We all have to coexist. You made up the political party. You made up Democrats and Republic. You made up black and white. That's man-made things. So what you're not going to do is come over here with your corrupt man-made ideologies and cast them upon me, because I'm a real living, breathing soul. And it'll be terrible for you to fall into my hands, because my hands are guided by my ancestors. And it's an army of them rising up, and you can't do nothing with them but keep it pushing back to your racist little hole of ignorance. But anyway, the buck breaking farm. So Frederick Douglass got sent to this buck breaking farm with this hateful, wicked, sinister man who wanted to break him, who wanted to break his spirit, who wanted to break his mind, who wanted to break his heart, who wanted to break down every cell in his DNA, who wanted to break down everything inside of him. So what ended up happening was this sinister society that was already pillaging people. Um, because if you look in the records When Columbus arrived, well, let me stay focused to the buck breaking form. So when Frederick Douglass was sent to this buck breaking farm that he got sent to, because people had buck breaking farms, and these buck breaking farms was just basically a farm, a plantation that you send your slaves to when you can't control them. So when you have problems controlling somebody that's strong minded, somebody that has a strong spirit, somebody that has a strong will to live, somebody that is intelligent, somebody that has a strong desire, you break them down mentally, physically, spiritually, consciously. You just break everything down in their being so you can control them. So that's what the buck breaking form is. Okay? Um, so when Frederick Douglass arrived to this buck breaking farm, he was 14 years old. So the slave master wanted to rule over him. So first he used violence against him. And Frederick Douglass like roughed up the slave master. He could not defeat him physically. He could not defeat him mentally, nor could he defeat him spiritually. So he could not break Frederick Douglass down whatsoever. So he released Frederick Douglass. That's how Frederick Douglass became a free man, because he was intelligent. He used his intelligence to fight back the system, the buck breaking system. So you have to think, in the buck breaking system, what they used to do is they would do this ancient technique that they've been using for years. If you go back and study they people, and don't worry, I'm gonna run it down. So you go back and study they people, they've been using this pillaging, essaying to steal people's identities for years. They've been using this to corrupt the information and alternate the genetic seed. They've been doing this to implant themselves in other people's genetic makeup, to support to control other people's races, to control other people's mind. Because if you know that sperm is actually nerves that come from a man's mind. So if a man could take nerves from his mind and plant them inside of you, whether you a woman or a man, that man has created seeds inside of you, and these seeds begin to grow. So if a man was to enter into another man cavity, his cavity, and his cavity is connected to his heart. So that seed is going directly to the heart of another man. So that seed is going to corrupt that man's heart. Do you understand how they corrupt in men's hearts with corrupted seeds? Now this is going against nature, because this seed is not supposed to be in this anal cavity at all. This is sodomy. The Bible speaks about this. The Bible talks about Sodom and Gomorrah. This is going against nature. This is going against the laws of the universe. This is blasphemy. Like, this is, you're not supposed to do this. Okay, so these buck breaking farms. If you go back to when Columbus touched down, 1492, Columbus has some diaries. If you go read Columbus diaries, you will see that Columbus was a PDF, and he was pillaging boys age 9, 8, 7, 6, and he was doing this to them. Why? Because he wanted to control, he wanted to turn them into slaves. That's how you create a slave. Okay? So you got the Khazarians. The Khazarians would pillage the whole village, the women and the men. Why? Because they wanted to make them slaves. You have the Napoleon did it. He pillaged people. Why? Because if you want to make slaves, you got to corrupt the people seeds, the men and the women. So you have to understand that this became a war tactic, that this became a form of control. This became a form of mutating our DNA. This became a form of altering RCs, splicing RCs. This became genetic modification, right? So these buck breaking forms that was created, they would take these men in front of everybody and break them down mentally, physically, and spiritually. So when they would break them down, they would put them on top of the fence in front of everybody and pull their pants down to where this man is sagging. If you take the word sagging and spell it backwards, you got Niggas. Right? Greetings, brethren. Yes, Thundercat. Oh, okay. So if you take the word sagging and put it backwards, you got Niggs. Niggers, right? Why is that? Why is that? Why is our men the only one walking around sagging their pants? Because the sagging of the pants is a spell. The sagging of the pants is a ritual. So this was sorcery that was placed upon us. So these men, when they sag their pants, they're calling on this spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah. They're calling on this spirit of sodomy. They're calling on this wicked spirit, this corrupt seed. But a lot of the men have been cursed because they was on these buck breaking forms. So the buck breaking forms originated during slavery 400 years ago. They actually, you can go look in Mississippi. They had these little boxes and they put these dudes in there. You know, they call them prisons. They got these little cell blocks that they would put these men in, and they are prisons. They're buck breaking forms. It's designed to break them down mentally, physically, and spiritually. So in these buck breaking forms, they would have them laying on these contraptions like the metal bed to drain all their energy, to drain all their intelligence, to drain all their inspiration, to drain. They even got the gray colored walls. They have those colored walls for a reason, to drain your consciousness, because you got to think this altering the DNA inside the man. Once they alter the DNA inside the man, they break them down mentally, physically, and spiritually. Then they shift them off to what is known as a buck breaking form. So once they send the man to the buck breaking form, that's when he breeds with the women, and his seed has been altered genetically. His seed is a GMO. Now he is creating corrupt seeds. He is creating corrupt people. And this is how a lot of us ended up in generational curses. And we are, you know, living amongst people who ain't right. We are witnessing being in the presence of people that are not right. But all we can do is just lack knowledge about these buck breaking forms and how these people was altered. Their DNA was altered on these buck breaking forms. So they have modern day buck breaking forms. They're known as the penal system. Why is the prison system called the penal system? Have you ever thought about that? Like, really, it's called the penal system. Why is it called the penal system? Because you know, if you stick all these men in there and they close like this, close contact, they on top of one another, and you got them in there for years at a time. You got people that's only doing 6 months mixed up with people that's doing life. So people that's doing life are going to corrupt the people that's only doing 6 months with they seed. You got all these different men, you know, and some of the prisons are overpopulated. You don't even have room to sleep. This is inhumane living societies. Why? Because they are actually creating you to be an animal. Like, for real, I told you they was corrupting your seed, so they creating you to be an animal. Didn't we all sit and watch What's the little dude name? Orlando Brown. When he talked about the panda eyes and getting turned into an animal through anal activity, sodomy. Yeah, this is real. So these are what this is the activities that go on these buck breaking forums. Because they are actually turning our men into animals. They really turn into animals here. And when they come home different. They DNA different. They genetic makeup is different. They in survival mode. They will do anything they have to do to survive. They will even do things that they not proud of. They will do things that they can't even talk about. Some of them don't even want to come home because of the judgment of what has happened to them. And a lot of what has happened to them goes untalked about, it goes unnoticed, it goes unseen, it goes unheard, it gets buried in history, where it becomes a vicious cycle. Now it's a generational curse. So it's popping up in our sons. We starting to have feminine sons. We wondering, how is this son so feminine? Because the father feminine, honey. The father got that seed in him. Whether it's this generation, next generation, or the generation before that, it's starting to pop up in the children. Why? Because the seed has been altered. The seed has been infected. The seed has been corrupted. So a lot of this abuse that's going on with our men is swept under the rug and not talked about. Because this is shame, this is despair, this is exactly what it was designed to do. So you have to think this is a design, this is a concoction, this is a weapon that is used against us as a people. Okay? So Hidden Colors does have a documentary about buck breaking if you want to take your buck breaking studies even further, but buck breaking definitely is a problem in our community because we are dealing with the era of the DL men. We dealing with a lot of the men that are living on the DL, a lot of the men that have issues, people's sons don't know how to cope with society or don't know how to cope with reality or don't know how to cope with life because they struggling with these things. And I don't know if a man that is watching, because a lot of men that are in positions to minister or to mentor other men are followers. They watch my content. So if you are one of those men, I'm calling on you as a leader in our community to actually enlighten yourself about buck breaking forms. Enlighten yourself about what are the side effects of being abused as a man and what to look for, what are the characteristics, and get involved with the community and help the younger men. Even if you can raise awareness to teach the younger men how to protect themselves from this. We have to raise awareness and we have to shed light on this. We have to speak about this because this is a cancer in our community. And if we don't shine light on it, and if we don't enlighten ourselves about it, and if we don't start teaching the next generation, which is the future, about our downfalls and about secrets and about things that went on in the house that's supposed to stay in the house, then we can't liberate ourselves from these things. And these things will constantly have a strong hold on us. And these things will actually show up in our next generation, in our offspring. You know, we will have masculine daughters and feminine sons. All of that is in the Willie Lynch letter. That they wanted to psychologically switch the roles. That they wanted to make the woman a man and make the man a woman so they can control our birth, so they can control our population, so they can control us as a people. So you need to also learn about eugenics. Yes, eugenics. Eugenics is um, where they control our births. They control our live cycles. They control our reincarnation cycles. So the father of eugenics is Bill Gates' father, and his business partner name is Martha Singer. Okay, so I spoke on this years ago about eugenics and about how Martha Singer and Bill Gates' father created what is known as Planned Parenthood. So this is where women were going to get birth control that was actually taking their lives, causing cancers. This is where women were going to get tested and they were telling them that they had cancerous cells in their uterus and they were stealing people's uteruses. Um, you can go and check history. They were stealing people uterus. They still stealing people uterus. And then they take your uterus and they put it inside of a chemical laboratory, and then they start doing what is known as artificial insemination, where they're actually cloning people. They actually creating people from your stem cells. And they got what? Cloning Tyrone that can verify that this is going on. They got all these different new rappers that just came out that'll tell you that they are models. They will tell you greetings, greetings. They will tell you that they are genetically modified beings. They will, it's all this knowledge is out here, but if you don't know what you're looking at, then you will be blind to what is happening. And this is serious because they got us entertaining us to where we distracted from the truth. And this is the truth. That they stealing your genetics. They're stealing your intelligence. They're stealing how do you think they make artificial intelligence? With natural intelligence, your real intelligence. So I need for you to tap into your intelligence. So your intelligence will no longer be ciphered. So your intelligence will no longer be harnessed. So your intelligence will no longer be stolen from you. Because that's what this all about, is breaking you down mentally, physically, and spiritually to steal your intelligence without you knowing, without you being aware. Because you are way more powerful than them. But if you wake up and realize that you a sleeping giant, then you're going to get up and take back everything that's yours and call your power back. See, and they don't want you to do that. So that's why they break your men. Because if you break the man, then the man is going to produce broken children. And if the man is producing broken children, the woman is going to produce, because you got to think about it. This broken man is going to produce a broken daughter. This broken daughter is going to produce a broken son. And then the broken son gonna produce a broken daughter. And then the broken daughter gonna produce a broken son. And then the broken son gonna produce a broken daughter. Do you see why we are like we are now? So what happens if we heal a man and this man becomes whole again? Then this whole man is going to give life to what? A whole woman. And then if this whole woman gives life to a whole man, then what's going to happen? They're going to give life to a whole generation full of whole people. And that's what we need in our communities. We need to eliminate the broken man and the broken woman by getting knowledge of what is broken us. And these buck breaking forms broke us. These buck breaking forms are weapons. And something else I want you to know, Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. I will look and see if I can find the video and actually create playlists of different documentaries that I watch and put them on here. But Crazy Bone actually did this documentary where he spoke about the industry. He let it be known that the industry that provides entertainment for us is the same industry that owns the prison system. And the entertainment that is provided for us is programming to cause us to do things that are not the best things for us or our people. So, this entertainment corrupts us. This entertainment, they are, if you looked at the entertainment lately, they have the young women, allegedly, alleged young women. They have these alleged young women with swimming suits on, body suits that are see-through. Um, they have on bikini tops with like shorts that have their bottoms hanging out of it. And this is what is glamorized on the television. This is what our daughters are looking at. This is what our sons are looking at, you know. And the girl is on the stage, busting it down, singing about how she likes it done to her and what she likes done to her. And she's gyrating and you know, so that's casting a spell on our daughters because now our daughters are going to grow up and think that this is cute. Or our daughters are going to grow up and think this is what a woman is. Or our daughters are going to grow up and think this is acceptable. And some of our sons are just, they grossed out bad. They're over it, you know. Um, so when we sit and watch this stuff, it's entertaining us. It's tainting our souls. It's tainting our spirits. It's making them dirty. It's making them wicked. You know, um, you're watching things that are not righteous, and this makes you act out what you see. So now you walking around with this little raunchy stuff on. Now you acting out what you saw. Now you regurgitating the song. Now you singing what you heard. You know, now you casting spells on yourself, your daughter, your son, your grandma, your grandchild. Now you the problem. You know what I'm saying? So they got these alleged young women that are very masculine, and they call them bad bitches. If you go look up what bad mean, the etymology of bad, it means um a hermit. What is it? What is it when you a man and a female at the same time? Or hermaphrodite? Yeah, that. Yeah, yeah. So that's that energy, right? Bad is mean to corrupt. Bad mean to it's not a good word. It's very negative, right? And remember MJ cast that spell on us. I'm bad. You know it really bad. And the whole world, right now, who's bad? Then you know your boy came out with bad, 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 bad boy. You make me feel so good. You know you make me feel so good. You know you make me feel so good. And we seen his tapes. We seen his parties. We saw what he had going on. We saw how he got videos where he was taking people manhood. You know what I'm saying? If Buck Breaking Form was a person, he would be the poster child for it. Yes, correct. So that's what they doing to us, right, Noel? They got us out here, right? What did Big Mama wasn't walking around like ooh. I'm just saying. Big Mama had on a moo moo honey. Big Mama was humming. Big Mama was a feminine woman. You know, her wig might have been cocked to the side. It might have been on backwards, you know, the older she got. But Big Mama actually sat at that little vanity, honey, and put powder on. You know, Big Mama actually put on some jasmine flowers. Big Mama actually, you know, she did beauty spells, you know. She was in tune with her feminine nature, her feminine essence. So why do they want to persecute that? Why do they want to get rid of that? Because everybody now, it's about having fake hair, fake nails, fake lashes, fake butt, fake boobs, fake skin, fake makeup on your face to hide your blemishes. Everything is fake. We have normalized being fake. Everybody want to look like a Barbie doll. Like, what is that about? Last time I checked, Barbie doll was plastic. So that's our role model now. Plastic is our role model now. I don't care how you want to look at it. I don't care if it's $1,000,000 plastic, but plastic is our role model now. I mean, come on now, because we live and breathe souls, and the fact that we live and breathe in souls, there is no way that we worship in plastic. There is no way that we are uplifting plastic. There is no way that we are honoring plastic. There is no way. When we are natural, we need to be upholding these crystals, these herbs. We need to be uplifting each other as a people. We need to be uplifting the love, the unconditional love that we need to find in our heart for one another. That's what we need to be uplifting. And let Barbie have her day. You know what I'm saying? Because real women don't look like that at the end of the day. They don't. And there is no way I'm going to have my body altered for vanity, for looks. I've been looking at the older women, the old school women. You know, they said back in the day, all you needed was personality. They said put some lipstick on your lips, put some nail polish on your fingers, put on a cute outfit, and have personality. That is what took you a long way. That is what got you somewhere. See, and something that I find funny is we live in a society where everybody got a BBL, including the men. Because a butt is a butt, and a butt is a butt, and a butt is a butt. So why have women been reduced down to butts? Because that's how women is now, is butts. You know, they got the long hair to bring attention to the butt. They got the tattoos down there so you can look at the butt. They got the glitter on the back of the jeans so you can look at the butt. The men got the glitter on the back of the jeans so you can look at the butt. They got the purple tag hanging off so you can look at the butt. Why are we looking at the butt? Why is the attention being drawn to the butt? This is temptation for the butt. So this is a weapon that is being used against us, right? But we think it's entertainment. We think it's fun. We think it's trending. We think it's a thing. We think, you're not cool if you don't got it. You ain't got money if you don't got it. You ain't doing nothing if you ain't got it. You ain't clout if you ain't got it, right? So people doing this to chase clout. Yes, yes. So people doing this to chase clout at this point, not realizing that it's women that go get these surgeries and don't come back home. It's women that go for the weekend, get the surgery, and don't come back home. So they children are motherless. Why? Because they mama wanted a butt. Then you get this butt. You spend all this money for this butt. So who is attracted to this butt? Somebody who likes butts. So you get this man here who's been in the butt breaking form. You get this man here whose butt has been violated. You get this man here who is attracted to butts. Then you wonder why you getting cheated on. You wonder why you getting played with. You wonder why he breaking you down. You wonder why he's breaking your spirit. He's breaking your mind. He's breaking your mentality. Why? Because he was programmed to do that because he came off a buck breaking form. So do you understand that this buck breaking affects the women, the men, the children, and the next generation? This is a weapon. You understand that? Do you understand they used our man as a weapon against us? So how do we heal this? Yeah, okay. Look, I'm getting excited, Noel. Don't hype me up, Noel. Don't hype me up. You know that's our stuff right there. I can't wait to the How to Train Your Dragon movie come out. Oh my goodness. But okay. But yes, they use the buck breaking as a weapon that's used against us. So they broke our sons, they broke our fathers, they broke our uncles, they broke our nephews, they broke our cousins, they broke our friends, they broke our future husbands, they broke our exes. You know, they broke a lot of our men that's in our family if you really think about it. You know, but they never gonna come and tell you this. So I'm raising awareness and I'm giving the men who was broken a voice so they could begin their healing process, because we lack knowledge how serious this is in our communities. We lack knowledge that when these men get broke like this, they become broken men, and broken men do broken shit. You understand that? These become the men that are the fathers of our children that are broken. These become the men that are our uncles that are not there in our lives because they broken. These become the daddies that abandon you because they broken. These become the husband that can't be him because he broken. This become the man you love that'll never love you back because he broken. So until we heal this energy, it's going to stay broken. So I wanted to raise awareness. Yes, Noel, because he could have been broken, right? Men not going to sit down and talk to us about this book breaking, you know? So it is on us to raise awareness. And like I said, if you are a man that has access to help build up the community, make sure you learn and teach this, because this is really, really serious in our communities and we need all hands on deck. So if y'all could share the video to raise awareness, if y'all can look it up, if y'all can enlighten yourself more about it, because we need to heal our communities from this terrible thing. So I will be back with more information, more videos concerning tool that has been used against us, but I do want to raise awareness that this is a part of the Willie Lynch letter. I do want to raise awareness that this is a form of slavery. I do want to raise awareness that this is a tool and a weapon that has been used against us to break us down mentally, spiritually, and physically as a people. Okay? So let's take our power back by gaining knowledge. And I love y'all from a genuine place. So make sure y'all go check out the website at myspiritualshit.com. Um, I have a super chat if you want to donate. You can hit the thanks button and always leave a tip, gratitude. My Cash App will be in the description if you want to leave a donation. You could go to my website and leave a donation there as well if you want to help me in my endeavors, because I am healing the nation, okay? Um, Once again, my name Jazzy Jim. If you made it to the end, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the notification, and I will talk to y'all beautiful souls real soon. Peace.